First of all, I just got glasses yesterday. At the age of 19, I found out that I was unusually nearsighted. What can you do? But yeah, I got these and suddenly, cue Aladdin music, a whole new world. Yeah, this is weird, like suddenly I can see. Also, I'm in my pajamas because I'm lazy and don't feel like changing. Anyways, I'm here today to discuss The Cursed Child. So I got this a week ago, I think, and finished it a couple of days later. So firstly, I need you guys to understand that if you've come here expecting to find me talking about how shit this book is, I mean, you might want to leave again. This is not the place to be if you want to hear me talk shit about this book. Cause while it did have some issues, obviously, I overall loved it. Loved it so much. I will get into some of the issues I had, obviously, but I think compared to other people, I didn't have nearly as many issues. Like, mostly I was very pleased with it. I don't know, sometimes I just enjoy reading books, and perhaps they're not like the best, but I don't notice it while I'm reading it, so when I'm reading it, I just love it. It doesn't mean I can't see some of the errors, it just means that I mostly forget them, because there are other things that I love, and if there's just like small things I love, I'm gonna love the whole thing. If there are charming characters, I feel like it doesn't even matter how the story is, I will just love the book if there are good characters. And there were good characters in this book, please don't deny that, because there was great characters. I mean, you all know who I'm talking about. We all know Scorpius was the best thing of this book. But I won't get into that right now. If you've seen some of my Percy Jackson videos, you will also know that Blood of Olympus, which so many people hated, I loved it because it had Nico in it. It was basically almost 50% Nico. And Scorpius just made this wonderful. He was wonderful. I loved him. A lot of people dislike this book because it doesn't feel like Harry Potter or something. J.K. Rowling did not write this. Jack Thorne did. It was based off her story, so maybe like she had some part of it, but she didn't have a part of like the actual writing. That wasn't her. And also, this is written like a play. You can't expect this to be at all like Harry Potter. Like, it's the same universe, but it's not like Harry Potter. Of course it's not. It's written like a script. A lot of people also say that it's like a fan fiction. That is because it's written like a script. I mean, sort of. Also, there's some story parts, but it's like 90% dialogue, which is very fanfiction-y. So of course it gets that fanfiction feel because there's so much dialogue. You don't really get into the heads of the people because it's written like a script. It's not supposed to like go into details. Just understand that can't be a reason for hating Cursed Child, because you were warned. There was never any talk about this being like an actual Harry Potter book. This is written like a script. Now, I'm not a person who read a lot of Harry Potter The Next Generation fanfiction. I mostly read from the Marauders era. A lot of people did write fanfiction about The Next Generation. I did read some of it. Don't you just love how the characters are nothing like that? It was because everybody made the characters be exactly like their parents. So Albus was just Harry, Scorpius was Malfoy, Rose was Hermione. I love how that's like, people were just like, no, they're exactly like their parents. Rose is kind of a lot like Hermione, but she was also not at all like Hermione in the fact that I think Rose had some kind of bitchy moments. I feel like Albus was very Harry Potter in his 5th year, you know, kind of emo, kind of rebellious, kind of just, ugh. Scorpius was just literally the least Draco you could get. You couldn't get any less like Draco. He was the biggest freaking nerd. So at page 14, you have this. Hi, is this compartment? It's free, it's just me. Great, so we might just come in for a bit if that's okay. That's okay. Hi, Albus, my name is Albus. Hi, Scorpius. I mean, I'm Scorpius. You're Albus. I'm Scorpius. How can you not love Scorpius after that introduction? Just the awkwardness, and also it was the freaking first time they met, and I was just like, oh, holy shit, I ship it so much. I feel like after reading Cursed Child, the majority of people will be like, Scorpus, what? What are you talking about? It's all about that Scorpus. Which it is. This was very, very set up like a love story. I know a lot of people are always like, oh, fangirls, they see things where they aren't. But literally, there was so much stuff about how they can't live without each other. Scorpius gave up this whole world where he was the Scorpion King just so he could get his best friend back. When there was Dementors and he was walking with Snape, and Snape was like, you know, you have to find this one person, and he was thinking about Lily. Again, Scorpius was thinking about Albus. But, you know, of course, no homo, and he's totally in love with Rose. I'm sorry, it bugs me. It's fine, I'll just imagine that Albus and Scorpius got together, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some of the issues, which is what the people who didn't like the... Okay, so you guys probably want me to talk about some of the issues. I only had 2 issues with it. One being some of the old people being like a little bit out of character. It has been 19 years, so obviously they're not going to be exactly the same people. A lot can happen in 19 years. They have grown up, they've had children, they've gotten married. A lot happened. Ron, I thought he was Ron, but he was also a little bit different in a way that made sense for the fact that it's been 19 years, so obviously he's changed a little bit. That, I think, made sense. Ginny, wonderful. Ginny has always been my favorite character, and I loved her in this book. She was absolutely brilliant because she was Ginny. She was very Ginny. She was like, she didn't take any shit from Harry. She was the perfect queen that is Ginny Weasley. But she was also a mom. She was also, it made sense the way that she sort of like grown up a bit, but she was still the same Ginny Weasley. She was just slightly different. Hermione was a tad out of character, I think, a little bit. I didn't think it was a lot. I think she was a little bit out of character. And also, let's just talk about the fact that Hermione is the Minister of Magic, because I was like, for a second, when it was like that, a gentle nod from the Minister of Magic, I was like, is Hermione the Secretary of the Minister of Magic? That's legit how my thought went, which is awful, because like my brain was obviously like, well, the Minister of Magic is probably a guy, because the patriarchy, man, the patriarchy. But when I realized that she was actually the Minister of Magic, I was like, holy shit, yes, queen. The one you're waiting for is Harry, right? There was no excuse for how shit Harry was acting towards Albus. There just wasn't. I know he was trying at times, but sometimes I wish you weren't my son. And I get that Albus had provoked him, but that was inexcusable, Harry. Or the time where he was like, don't hang out with Scorpius. Or, with all due respect, McGonagall, you don't have any children. Whoa, Harry, I had to put down the book there and I was like, I'm sorry, what now? Harry snapped at Ginny a couple of times and I was just like, I was so angry. I was just like, listen here, Ginny Weasley is the best thing that ever happened to you, Harry Potter. You sit down and you stop talking to your wife like that. So Voldetrix is apparently canon. The fact that Voldemort and Bellatrix apparently had sex and had a baby, that's not a picture I needed in my mind. So those are my main 2 problems. Harry was out of character, and why Voldemort's daughter? Why? But other than that, I really did love the book. I love the fact that Albus was in Slytherin. I actually kind of thought it was funny, the whole thing about them going back in time. I know a lot of people were like, that's so ridiculous, but I thought it was fun. The trolley lady was wonderful. That's a character you didn't expect to have some sort of backstory. But she did, and she was fucking awesome. That was so cool, and I'm never going to be able to watch Harry Potter again without freaking out every time the trolley lady is there. That was also weird. And like Hermione being like the mean teacher. Like that was just, when I was reading that, I was just like, okay, let's get out of this world. Umbridge. That made me freak out. When I saw Umbridge's name, I was just like, nope, I need to put this book down and walk for a bit. Because, holy fuck, I don't need this in my life. Fuck Umbridge. Fuck her. I think that's all I need to say about the book. If you have any questions about some specific stuff that I forgot to talk about, leave a comment down below and I will answer and tell you what I thought about it. Also, tell me your thoughts about this book. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Also, a very important question that I need the answer to. Do you ship Scorpus or Scorrose? Leave a comment down below. I will get going because I actually have friends coming over very soon. So, yeah, I'll see you later. Bye!